Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where we are reaching the end of this particular series. We have these three contracts remaining to do. So we have two locations where we've already landed extractors on the various locations. The surface outpost on the moon we cannot complete because of the physics kraken, but we would be able to complete it if that wasn't existing. So let me just hop over to moon first. And this is going to be the ore tanker. So, we are going to bring this guy back. And I'm just checking here. I put all the, parachutes and stuff on, right? Surely, oh my, it's very dark here. It is very, very dark here. Okay, let's head back to the tracking station. And let's accelerate time until it's slightly less dark where we're trying to be on the moon, which we are currently over here. So let's go ahead and accelerate time up a little bit more, a little bit more. There we go. That should be solid. Now we'll fly this guy. Well, we may not fly it just yet, but we'll see. Now it looks like it's currently maxed on its ore, which, oh, hang on, this is not what we wanted to fly. Let's head over somewhere else. This is what we wanted to fly. Okay, so we had 600 ore in the mining module. And here we have lots and lots of ore indeed. We have 1,500. So we have sufficient ore here. So we have 2,000 units of ore because we had 600 in the mining. So that would put us up to 2,100. A facility supporting at least 10 Kerbals. This supports 9 Kerbals. And then with the base core, if we had it attached up, that would be checked off. An antenna, which we have on the base core. A docking port, which we have on everything. And generate power. So that's all great. So this contract is actually complete as it sits right now. Now we can't complete it in terms of the actual game because of the physics kraken. So I'm going to hop in here and complete this contract for the surface outpost on the moon. Yep, that is the correct one. That one is now complete. Fantastic. Now then, I want to double check that I didn't accidentally leave on any of the other cheats that were intended to help with the physics kraken, and I did not. That is fantastic news. Now, as far as coming back from the moon, technically all we need to do is put our ore in orbit of Kerbal. However, I'm going to quick save here because I haven't really worked with this jettisoning before. Okay, so that jettisons the entire contents of that tank. Good to know. What's our current thrust to weight here? 1.56. Okay. I'm going to actually start these harvesters up again. Reason being, I realize that we are low on fuel. So I'm going to start up these harvesters once more, and this is going to start slowly filling up, but ultimately it's not going to fill up because we are going to fill in our liquid fuel and oxidizer, and this should be ever so gently ticking up. And yeah, it is very, 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 very slowly because we have some core efficiencies here that are, or rather some temperature efficiencies from crashing into this, which is not super ideal, but it'll have to do. So we're going to leave this to this for right now, and we're going to hop back to the Space Center and go check in on our one on Minmus. Now, I think that one should be a little bit closer to ready to go, but we have to bring back more ore for that particular lander, for that contract. But we do only have the 2 contracts left to do. So I'm going to go ahead and fly this. And as soon as this loads in, we are already flying. Okay, just settle in there. There you go. We apparently have no contact. We're ore full. But let's go ahead and start our Convertatron. We definitely have more fuel here. There's no doubt about that. Okay, and we'll start all of our surface harvesters here as well. We need to bring back 750 fuel with this particular one. Or rather, 750 ore. So half of the ore that we have here. That said, we are consuming ore to fill up these tanks. Now I'm going to hop back to the Space Center again. Oh, also we currently have no probe control, which is exciting. But that'll change in time. But I'm going to hop back here again, and we're going to warp forward about a lunar day. So we'll hop over to the moon. And let's just warp forward at 10,000x time for right now until we are right about here. So a lunar day, which is roughly a month. There we go. That's close enough. Actually, I have no idea what a lunar day is in KSP. I just made up that it's roughly a month. In reality, it would be, but I don't know what it is in Kerbal time. I suppose you can look at the timestamp. Okay, let's go check in on Minmus. That one was closest to filling up, so it should, I think, be full now, if I'm understanding the way that this works these days. That said, it doesn't say it's full. It's currently nighttime here. Yeah, liquid fuel is full. Fantastic. Okay, so we can go ahead and retract our drills here. Is that all four? That's all four. Okay, it's very dark, and I apologize for that, but we'll just get rid of all of our ore. Actually, we need to move all of our ore down over this way, and I want to just pump it all out of this top section here. Okay, there we go. And then we can jettison this ore, and then jettison this ore. That brings us down to 900. If we were to jettison another one... Well, actually, you know what we could do? We need to jettison in total... Because we need in total, what, 750? Yes, 750. So we need to get rid of 150 more ore. I'm going to do out here until this is at just over 150. Close enough. And then we're going to jettison this. And jettison this. 754. Okay. So, we need to try to balance these. I wish there was a balance button, but we could flow this out until this is roughly balanced here, and then do the same thing here. Because I want to distribute the weight roughly equally. So that's what I'm doing right now. Let's go ahead and flow... Yeah, this is fine-ish. Yeah, that's roughly equal. And then we'll bring this down to about the same... What will this be at? About 150? Something like that. That's roughly equal. Okay, what's our delta V looking like? 4.71. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to quick save this. We do have probe control right now. I'm going to go ahead and retract all of our radiators. There's not really a reason to do this, but I'm doing it just because it looks pretty. And it's really dark here, so we need to break the surface very, very swiftly. Let's just go straight up for right now. And let's retract our landing legs. And then once we hit an apoapsis of about 5 kilometers, I think, is when we're going to start gravity turning, which is going to be, awkwardly enough, this direction. That's going to be real awkward. Luckily, we don't really need to see. We can fly by instrument. We're at 5 kilometers. I'm starting our gravity turn. We want to keep up the momentum. We're at 10 kilometers, so now we can head straight for the horizon. Excellent. Now that I'm here, I can go ahead and rotate. We have very little rotation authority, but that's okay. Here we go. We're going to go all the way around. I should have gone the other way, but I started going this way, and the momentum is what the momentum is. Going to start arresting that momentum now. Of course, we're not quite in orbit yet. We have burned off a fair amount of our delta V already, which is unfortunate. But we don't actually need that much to get back. So I'm continuing our rotation here until we're pretty much here. Our apoapsis is honestly plenty high. So I'm going to go ahead and arrest our momentum. And let's see if we burn here. Where does that end up putting us in terms of our orbit? That's a little disgusting. Okay. What about if we were to burn here? That is fine. Let's keep going here as best we can. Actually, let's aim for about 2... Whoa, that was a lot. Let's aim for about 2 million meters here. That'll be fine. Okay, node in T-minus 6 minutes. We're heading to the maneuver node. I'm going to go ahead and... We're close enough, honestly. I'm going to go ahead and warp to that node. And there we go. We now have some light. That's fantastic. 1 minute 26 second burn. So realistically, we want to burn this at 43 seconds. T-minus 43. I'm going to physics warp while we're turning. Why is our amount of ore going... Oh, we're producing. Oh. I forgot to turn off the convertatron. Well, that sucks. In that case, we need to land again. Or I could just reload the quick save. I mean, it's literally the same thing. Because we just land again, refill our fuel, refill our ore to the correct point. I think as a time saver, I'm just going to reload the quick save. Because it's literally the same thing. I would just land again, it would be fine. We'd have plenty of delta V, we'd just mine up a bit, refill with our fuel. I just assumed this would automatically stop, so I'm just going to get us back to roughly where we were before the end of this episode. Off we go. Those are already retracted. We'll retract our landing legs. Fantastic. Let's try to get our rotation started now, if we can. Again, it's going to be very dark for right now, which is unfortunate. And yeah, I only reloaded this quick save as a time saver. It was a dumb mistake, but it was a recoverable one. We just land again, which we had lots of delta V to do, and I've overshot my turn. I'm trying to arrest it right now. In fact, oh, we can't warp. Okay. That's fine. Our apoapsis is plenty high right now, so let's just head for the horizon. There we go. I'll go a little over in this episode just because I want to get us back to the point where I realized what was happening as I accidentally tab out of the game and overwrite my notes for the next session, or rather for this session, with just E, because I was trying to rotate. Glorious. Okay, this is a good rotation. So realistically, if we just keep burning here, like, I'm gonna do this to simulate it. What would this end up looking like? Just keep burning. Honestly, that's fine. We can do a radial retrograde burn. Honestly, that's even better. No, I want to be bringing it out a little bit so we have a periapsis here. I want to be at about... Oh my. This is not cooperating. That's actually really good. So let's go ahead and head to that maneuver node. And we're going to burn this. This is going to be 26 seconds, T-minus 26. So I'm going to physics warp as we're turning. Okay, that's good. And then we're going to time warp to T-minus 26, which is now. And off we go. And then we can do a radial retrograde burn on the way in. Oh, I thought I retracted the landing legs. Did I only retract one set? I did last time too, didn't I? Okay, that's exciting. We'll get the radial retrograde burn in on the way in. We'll retract our solar panels eventually as well. But as we learned, the Terrier doesn't have an alternator anymore. So that's gonna remain for now. And we are bringing this guy back after a minor mistake. But this is definitely going to survive the atmosphere. The main thing I'm concerned about is the weight of the ore overwhelming these parachutes. But I think we'll be okay. Okay, there we go. Freeze the physics. And let's just take a look at what we've got. That'll be fine. We can adjust that. I'm just going to go ahead and warp to our Minmus escape. So something along the lines of this. Then I'll manually warp just a little bit further until we're actually on this orbit. Okay, time to apoapsis is there. We're actually falling. We're already past the apoapsis. So we're going to go ahead and set up a maneuver to come back to Kerbal in a little bit more of a controlled fashion. However, I am going to go ahead and put that cut in here. And next episode, we're going to change our orbit here a wee bit. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you all next time.